Hello everyone, and welcome back to Project A.U.C. Today I'm going to be discussing part 5 of the Awoken Wisdom cold read, and today I'm going to be talking about a past video that I did a long time ago called Unmask My Purpose. So, as you all know, what I'd like to do first is I'm going to read Unmask My Purpose. Here we go. Actions can speak louder than words. Words express us in two ways. We say great things that come from the heart, or we will say terrible things that come from the mind. We hide ourselves, not knowing what to do because we are scared, broken, lost. But it's even life-threatening if we reveal our true selves. So instead, we use a mask to protect us. But we all know that these fake images are just a false reality. We believe what we see through our eyes. We think and imagine if this person is fake or real. We use our heart to identify the greatness to aspire. Everything and everyone has an identity, but the way it's presented tells otherwise. Our actions thrive into becoming what we want and what we don't want. At the end of every turn, we are either proud of ourselves for being true or disappointed in ourselves for being something we're not. Speaking from the shadows of others will only please them. Acting in the way of their desires will only fulfill their happiness. Feelings will be lost and will never be attainable again. I wear a mask so that I can survive. I want to be me, but I'm afraid of what others will see. I need to gain my own happiness, but I need to find myself first. The person that has been fighting his whole life to do what he desires, the guy that just wants to see the world become a better place among others. So I ask myself, why do I need a mask? Being someone I'm not will never be me, because what lies underneath is a true soul that has been trapped on the inside, waiting to burst and reach out to others so that they can learn, understand that life may be full of great wonders, dangers at hand, choices that will speak for you and others. Taking a risk without that mask will benefit you more than ever. You are changing the world. You are making a change in yourself. You are the one that is defying all the odds. There is no limit. Anything is possible. You are the face that will make the whole world smile. The mask is just to cover your true potential. But once that's off, there's nothing stopping you from achieving the greatest thing of all, feeling the passion and happiness that comes from your heart. Now, again, I may not have said this before, but just want to remind those new viewers and returning viewers that this Awoken Wisdom series was mainly written in my own perspective. So whenever you hear I a lot or he a lot, that's mainly written in my perspective, but also trying to convey of, you know, what I see around me in the life, you know, like how we all do in the life that we live. We observe everything that goes around us. And with that being said, I want to jump into kind of giving a quick sum up of where I intended to what Unmask My Purpose was supposed to mean. So in the description on the Project A.U.C YouTube channel, I had wrote, "The mask that has been covering my eyes has shielded my identity for far too long. My words remain in silence as I continue to hold back my voice. My hands are concealed by the hardships of faith and fear. I'm not proud of these choices, but I understand that the lessons that come with the path I choose for myself. Everything that I do will have consequences or success. In the end, it all reflects back on me. No matter how much time is lost, I know that there will be more chances to become the person I need to be. My purpose has always been to fight, and I will never surrender my passions." And again, keep in mind that, you know, of course, if this applies to you, and my whole goal with Project A.U.C is intended on uplifting someone higher than myself by using the way how I write, and especially with certain words that may trigger something to, you know, help you feel that you're not alone through either similar struggle, or you know someone who's going through a similar struggle and you may not know how to help them, but maybe guide them in the right direction of, you know, saying along the lines, saying the right words that could help uplift them also. So I would like to think, you know, that regardless of whoever or wherever, you know, people are either watching the original video or my Awoken Wisdom cold read of a breakdown of the original video, to where this helps you understand of where in my mind, where I was going with this vision of Unmask My Purpose. And speaking of processes, with how I start these, how I start the Awoken Wisdom series and all other stuff in general, I like to do it within a writing process, and then a film process, and then, you know, to sum it up, pertaining to this, on this video, of the Awoken Wisdom cold read of just final thoughts, including that, written film, final thoughts. But I mean, just in general, with the way how I get going and keep making videos like this, to where now just want to talk about the written process of Unmask My Purpose. So with other little key details going into Unmask My Purpose, I want to also bring in the attention of we get caught up in becoming someone that we shouldn't be by either listening to the negative labels in our life, as they often give the wrong idea for what someone's identity truly is, and also following with that the more that people push these labels onto you, it also causes you to listen to their opinions more, and it prevents us to achieve great things in the way that you want to, because the more that you are falling into listening to people who are either intentionally or inadvertently saying things that are kind of diminishing your spirit, to where, oh, I should do this, but then someone tells you, nope, you can't do it, and then you listen to that, and then you realize, okay, I can't do it. But then a lot of times we get told that, well, how are you're never gonna know if you don't try. But then again, you have that setback of like someone telling you, either maybe not necessarily that you can't do this or that, but either, maybe you're not good enough to be doing this or that. And that's where a lot of times where we face the issue of, staying on a certain path that we know how to navigate, because we're comfortable with the way of how we're choosing to either follow along with what people are telling us to do, or we're too afraid to reveal our true potential. And with that being said, it's like you allow others to define your purpose for you, and they mask your true self underneath, because like you gotta ask yourself, like, who knows, maybe this could have turned out differently, or I could be here at this point in my life, but here I'm stuck with either putting on this mask and thinking either I'm protecting myself, or I'm staying as is in where I'm at, in where you're at in life, in the moment of. So now, moving along with the film process of the video of Unmask My Purpose. So I want to say that with Unmask My Purpose, that this one was in the first series of the Awoken Wisdom series, that with this particular video, I would say, just looking at it, this is probably the first one that turned out to be the longest, around almost 14 minutes 30 seconds, to where at the beginning of it, where I started off usually a voiceover throughout the whole video, to where in Unmask My Purpose, this was the first time where I kind of just was more direct and talking in the video in itself rather than doing the voiceover, and I thought that that was a interesting step in this process of making the video for Unmask My Purpose. And along the way after that part at the beginning of the video, to where you slowly see to where, as for most of the videos that I'm mainly in, but trying to convey some sort of story within it, that you'll see I'm slowly transitioning to where, you know, I'm wearing like a face mask and then like an eye mask, and that's like in a way concealed of who I am. And then also on my hands in the video, where I'm wearing these two different gloves, where one says faith, one says fear, to also hint at that in the process of me concealing of who I am, I'm held together with having faith and fear. And you'll see that in the video, to where as I'm wearing, you know, the mask and the costume of character I created within that video of Unmask My Purpose, to where I'm trying to, like, I'm getting frustrated banging on the wall, and you'll see to where I'm in between of transitioning to where I'm in the darkness, but then I have a light, and to where I would say, in summing up that in between of it, to where I'm trying to find my way out of my own darkness to finding my way back into the light. And that's where you'll see it'll make more sense as I'm taking off the things that are concealing who I am, because I found that I'm no longer afraid to be who I am, as now I'm choosing to only hold on to faith throughout the rest of my journey in life. And you'll see that toward the end of the video, slowly progressing, you know, to take off the face mask, to where I'm no longer afraid to be vocal and, you know, speak my mind, as everyone should be vocal and speaking their mind to truth. And with the mask that's covering my eyes, to where that symbolizes something more in future videos, but to also say, you know, that I'm seeing the truth and observing more of what's out there in life. And then lastly, it comes down to the gloves, where I'm looking at where I have faith on one hand, fear in the other, as that's how one dynamic of life, to where some people may look at it, to where those two are often battling and colliding with each other at moments in our life. And yeah, at the end, where all of that, to where the glove that says fear, the face mask, the eye mask, are all dropped to the floor to symbolize that I've let go of the things that are holding me back. As at the very end of the video, as I'm walking and stepping into the light and embracing this new and restored faith in my life. And so now, to close out on this video, I would just like to say that, that no matter what, if you're still not comfortable, or you feel like you just don't know what to do or how to go about of being who you want to be, or taking action, as sometimes that's, taking action is just one big step you could take, because, whether that action is something small or big, we all know that we start off with something small and just work our way continuously to the top to get to the levels in life. And I would just say, don't listen to the fear or the negative labels that are pressed on into your heart and mind, because at the end of the day, fear doesn't win, because faith is always going to triumph at the end of the day and take you in to the next day and bring you something better, or keep preparing you to be stronger and receiving the reward that you've been waiting for, all at the same time being your true self in your life. But alrighty everyone, that's going to be it for this video on the Awoken Wisdom cold read. If you haven't already, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel on Project A.U.C. It'll mean a lot, help the channel grow, and I'd hope you'd also stay tuned for future videos on the Project A.U.C. YouTube channel. And remember, everyone, always uplift for change.